not the best day I've ever had, dude. Not going to talk about it.
No.
I'll work through it. Whatever.
Are we getting close?
Close to what?
Close to the beginning?
No. Welcome. Here we go again
to another Daily BM. This is Daily BM, episode 18 for Tuesday, August 26, 2013.
I'm Brett.
I'm Mark.
And here we go. I'm very excited.
First off, we'll do a little shout out to the men and women doing brilliant things out there.
Of course.
Good
the men
stuff.
and women in uniform, without them, this country would be a parking lot. So I've got to have mad respect for the men and women in uniform here and across the blue marble.
Of course, yes.
We love every one of you. Real quick shout outs to our two lovely sponsors, www.partylight.biz/Mary Smith. We love her to death. She's helped us out greatly. We'd love to get her on the show sometime if we could. And www.facebook.com/crochet by Crystal, spelled like it sounds. And I'm stoked to get the koozies.
Is there any updates on the koozies yet?
Actually, I was talking to her today on Skype. No, I'm kidding. She works at my work. And by the way, people that listen to the show, and we actually have no idea how many there are, but we did find out today that we have 2 subscribers on our YouTube page,
yeah.
Which is really cool. And some of our shows have had up to 22 listens, which is...
Our top one is 30. Episode 9 was 30 listens. And
yeah,
I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't know who is doing those. If it's...
Are people listening twice?
I mean, I'm sure me and you check on it to see if it's working, and maybe that racks up the total a little bit.
Does
but
that
not
follow?
30.
Yeah. Does that follow off of our webpage? Mm-hmm. So when someone clicks on it, it has to. Yeah. And by the way, folks, you'll probably be able to tell we're recording in our indoor studio, the garage, because it's a little bit breezy outside. And, I mean, I just didn't have the greatest day today, and I swore I wasn't going to talk about work when we started doing this, and I'm still not going to. I do just want to say a quick congratulations to everyone that made the cut today.
Nice.
It was an awful day at work. Everyone was on pins and needles, but it's over now, hopefully, for a while.
Sounds good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. I was also thinking a little while ago, and I mentioned this to you just briefly outside, and maybe it's something that we could talk about for a few minutes, because I'll just get your opinion on it. Do you think that, I mean, when we first started talking about doing this months ago, remember how this kind of started? We were talking about that we were going to put together 5 minutes of stand-up,
yeah,
and like go to some open mic night and try it out. And then that turned into maybe doing a podcast, and then I bought the recorder and we recorded a bunch. And my question to you, Mark, is do you think that it was narcissistic of us to ever think that anyone would ever enjoy listening to anything that we ever had to say?
Absolutely.
I absolutely do too.
Especially for me, because whenever I talk in a group of people, no one listens anyway.
Well, that's not true.
But no,
Wait,
I mean,
what'd you say?
It does, but it does feel weird to be like, okay, listen to us, you know? I mean, I get that feeling, but it's like, it's more of just me and you having fun, and then hopefully it brings some entertainment and enjoyment to others. And then
Apparently 30 people listened to one of our episodes.
that just blows my mind.
I know. I can't wait until we hit double digits on Twitter. We'll have to have some kind of party. a listener appreciation party.
Yeah. Only Twitter followers allowed.
We'll have to send out some airplane tickets though, because Justin's in Oklahoma.
A few of them are out of state, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure if everyone still listens. For some reason, dude, people have stopped emailing the show, so there's no reader mail ever anymore. Is it because the quality of the content has dropped to such a level that
impossible?
That's what I thought too, but I just thought I'd bring it up just in case that's what you might think it was.
No, I mean it's a little clumsy still to get to the contacts page, and that's where we get our reader mail from. So,
but they can, when they're listening, they can open another window and then do it while they're listening. So,
but the thing is, also, we don't necessarily talk about very many controversial things, right?
That's true.
So, like, it doesn't bring so much reaction as it is, I hope, satisfaction of just listening to the show. And then
I do notice that when we ask the listeners a question, it gets answered.
And I like that.
Yeah, it's really great. And, I love reading reader mail. It's great. It makes me feel good that I'm positive someone's listening.
Right.
So, yeah, it's good times.
It's a little encouragement.
Yeah, I'm also really excited, too. I'm just going to fly through everything I have written down. It ain't much. I didn't have the best day today. I couldn't really... I had to kind of concentrate on what was going on
You're
around
preoccupied with other things.
Yeah, a little bit. But one thing that I did have written down from last night is that I'm super excited that Netflix has re-added some episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, some new ones.
Well,
not new ones.
It's a few of the same ones that they had before, but there's a couple of new ones that, I mean, when I first got Netflix, there was probably 15 episodes on there or so.
And let's say Mystery Science Theater is a show where, these like 3 robots sit in front of the movie screen and they just...
2 robots and a human.
Oh, 2 robots and a human. And they watch these old kind of horror sci-fi films too.
B-rate, really bad ones.
And just crack jokes while it's going on.
Yeah,
it's like pop-up video. Did you ever see that at like Nick at Night?
No, I thought that was on VH1.
Oh, I guess it was on VH1 too.
They might have, yeah.
But they did like a Brady Bunch pop-up video where like they just play a Brady Bunch episode and then it'd go.
Yeah.
And then like a little fact would come up on the screen.
Yeah, nice sound effect, by the way. But I mean, another thing, like I know.
Hold on. Can I mention this?
Of course.
And I know we're not supposed to talk about other podcasts, but the Orange is the New Black got mentioned today on the Adam Carolla show.
See, I listened to Friday's show with David Alan Grier today. And then I just listened to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio with Adam Graham.
But guess which cast member mentioned it?
What are we talking about again? I've never listened
Orange
to
is the New Black.
Oh. Red?
Red?
No. Which cast member of Orange is the New Black was talked about? Or
no, which cast member from...
Oh, I know. Dude, you don't have to ask me. Allison Rosen. Of course it was the woman on the show talking about it.
So I felt excited for a second. I thought that the guys would chime in about the show.
Mercy, no.
So I'm still waiting to hear if I've lost the man card for watching
the
show.
I'll cut you some slack on it only because it's a series and we're kind of running. I mean, dude, I do have both seasons of Deadwood on DVD, or maybe 3. What? No, it must be 2. That you can borrow anytime you like, and it'll put hair around your bunghole. You want to play a fun drinking game? Watch Deadwood and drink. Now, not shots. You'll be dead after one episode. Have a beer, like a 40. You'll need 2. Every time on the episode that you're watching that someone says cocksucker or motherfucker, you have to drink.
Wasn't that on AMC though? Or no, that you're talking
about.
That
was HBO.
Oh yeah, you're talking about
Deadwood.
Deadwood.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Hell on Wheels.
No, Hell on Wheels is fairly good, but I mean, literally, as far as I'm concerned, Deadwood is the greatest series that was ever made.
See, but I got it with kind of series I or series is
Siri?
where once I'm in, and I don't really want to start something else.
Oh yeah, dude.
Until I'm out.
You're in for the long haul with Orange is the New Black. Good for you, woman. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah,
Netflix.
No, yeah. Just real quickly about Netflix. I wouldn't imagine that too many of our listeners know what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is, and I'm glad you kind of explained it a little bit. What they might not know is that I also have Hulu Plus, and Hulu Plus has Riff Tracks, which is the same guys from Mystery Science Theater 3000. There's no robots. There's none of that. It's just them watching movies and riffing on them throughout the whole thing. And Riff Tracks is almost as good. And then there's also on Hulu Plus, well, I'm not going to go on and on about this, but if you're into Mystery Science Theater 3000, you have an extra $7.99 in your pocket, it might be worth it to get Hulu Plus for like 2 months just to watch all of the Riff Tracks, I gotta write stuff down. Not a good day today, but anyway, the same guys that did Mystery Science Theater 3000 have at least 3 other projects that they do where they're doing the exact same thing. And it's brilliant. And some of them are live shows where you can see them while they're doing it in front of a live audience. It's great.
Well, yeah, speaking of...
Mostly I was just talking to Stephanie, because I'm pretty sure Stephanie knows what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is. She probably knows what Riff Tracks and all that is too, so
Well, yeah, speaking of kind of video and movies and stuff like that, this is a new thing that's coming out that people are obviously pissed about.
Are you talking about Ben Affleck?
Yeah. Ben Affleck in the new Man of Steel. It's going to be Superman and Batman together, and Ben Affleck's playing Batman. And everyone's pissed. I don't know how they didn't see it coming.
I don't think it can happen.
Do you think they're going to pull production?
They would have to. I mean,
they've probably already shot.
Started?
I'm sure they have.
How it took so long for man, I thought we could at least get 10 minutes in before I was pissed off. But apparently not. Who made that executive decision to put someone, he did really good directing and starring in whatever that
Argo.
movie, Argo.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I want to though, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's good.
But I mean, Ben Affleck to me will always be, the bit actor from Mallrats.
Right, yeah. He doesn't have much range as far as...
Dude, trust me, I got more range with my piss stream.
I don't know, he's too and he did that superhero episode, or that superhero movie that was a huge flop, I think, Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil, where he was blind.
And that was a huge flop. Why would anyone think that he could come back as Batman, even after Christian Bale did it?
Christian Bale bailed on it. They offered him $40 million to do it, and he said no.
Wow.
So, I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. That dude's always been nuttier than squirrel poop anyway, so I don't know what Christian Bale's up to. Have you ever heard that rant that he went on with some guy that was on the set?
I hear he's a complete ass.
Look it up on YouTube at some point. Just Christian Bale rant on the set. I'm sure it's on there. He's just cursing this guy out, telling him how unprofessional he is. And if you're still on the set when I get back or whatever, I'm not doing this. Fuck you.
See, I mean, I don't like that kind of stuff, but his movies... Have you seen The Machinist?
No.
Or like Fighter?
No.
Well, where he'll drop...
The Fighter is on Netflix. I should watch it because I do like Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark.
Yeah, but I mean, he'll drop like 50 pounds to where he looks like he's about to perish. To me, I don't really care about the behind the set or behind the camera stuff.
I don't care if he does perish, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But yeah, I think he's at least got some chops as an actor, and
He does.
he's got some range. But,
He's got much more range than. It's just unbelievable that Ben Affleck. It to me, like, I don't watch those kind of movies that often. I've only seen the first one of the Dark Knight ones. Wasn't that the one that had what's his name that is dead?
Oh yeah,
I need to write shit down. Dude.
Dark Knight was with Keith Ledger.
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Right.
I always do that. But no, the first one was Batman Begins.
And who was in that? Was it still Christian
It
Bale?
was Christian Bale, yeah.
And who else? Who was the bad guy?
The bad guy was Liam Neeson.
No, Liam Neeson was a guy that. Anyway, I don't want to go off on a tangent about this because I've only seen one of them that had the new Batmobile and Morgan Freeman and everything.
Yeah, that's the whole series. All
Yeah.
three of them had Christian Bale, Morgan Freeman, and
Yeah.
Batman.
See, I've only seen that one, and I just don't get into the superhero movies. I think one time when I was in jail, I might have seen that Ben Affleck one where he was blind. I don't get into him. I saw the first Spider-Man. It was awful.
Yeah, I don't like superhero movies either.
So, but to me, having Ben Affleck play Batman is like, it discredits the entire series to me. It's like a joke.
It is.
I keep thinking that I'm going to wake up and Ben Affleck's not going to be Batman.
It's a bad joke that you think.
I mean, is Matt Damon going to play Robin? Because Ben Affleck's made his entire career off of Matt Damon, so...
Yeah, it's insane. The other thing that I was wondering, and maybe listeners, if you have any ideas about
they
this.
don't. Trust me. They don't want anything to do with emailing the show anymore.
But
Go on.
I like to predict who the next James Bond is going to be. And
Ben Affleck.
I think they might go with a black man.
I've heard that as well. Are you talking about the guy from The Wire?
Yeah, The Wire.
I can't remember his name. He's got a weird...
Me too, I can't remember.
Kaiser Sose?
Well, wait, am I talking about The Wire or am I talking about Ocean's 11 and...
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't listen to you, dude, so I don't know.
But anyway, on that note, on that rant of, movies and videos.
And again, it sucks because I don't want to... I feel like I'm telling stories outside school, which we've been saying around here for some reason lately. Or no, maybe that was annoying Steve that was over last night. There's two Steves. There's Steve, funny as hell, and a really annoying, drunk, high Steve.
I thought that was Stan.
Oh yeah, Stan was over last night, and it was awful. But anyway, I love you, Steve. Don't worry. But I just feel like I'm talking about something that I don't especially know about because I don't watch the superhero movies. And again, I'm not going to go on and on about this. I'm just saying that having Ben Affleck play Batman seems like a kick in the balls to all of the movies. I mean, including, like, what if Ben Affleck played the Hulk?
Yeah, no, that...
But then I guess I thought the same thing about what's-his-name playing the Hulk.
Yeah, anyone who plays the Hulk.
That guy from Fight Club?
Oh, Edward Norton?
Uh-huh. I never saw that either. I saw the first one.
Yeah, that seems weird. How could he play the Hulk? But I guess you don't have to be huge to play the Hulk.
You know the
now
only
they got
reason
CGI.
You know the only reason I saw the Hulk, the first one, and I don't even remember who played David Banner or Bruce Banner or whatever they called him because there's apparently two different names for him now. But the only reason I saw it was the weirdest double feature at the drive-in down on Overland.
The Hulk and Schindler's List.
Dude, it's way weirder than that.
Oh, okay.
It was the Hulk and Garfield the movie. And the Hulk played first. So, needless to say, I didn't see any of Garfield. But we only went because it was like me and the girl I was dating at the time, like, borrowed a truck. So we backed the truck in, and we had this big old ghetto blaster that you can tune to the radio station.
Yeah.
So it was brilliant.
I like the drive-in. We have a drive-in up here in Fort Collins that
That's the one I'm talking
never
about.
been to. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Over on Overland.
Yeah. Literally blocks from our house.
An easy bicycle ride.
Yeah.
I could ride a unicycle from here to there, believe it or not.
You could hop on one foot from here to there.
Yep.
I
As
might
long
have
as
just
it was my right foot. The
Oh.
left one doesn't work that great anymore for some reason.
But I thought this about the Hulk and the Fantastic Four.
Never seen that either. Were the
But-
stretchy guys in that one
Yeah, it was
Okay.
a cartoon, right? I believe.
originally?
Yeah, originally it was a cartoon, I think. And the Fantastic Four has what's his name? But it's a guy who turns into Rock, who's basically the
Oh.
Hulk. But
The Thing?
The Thing. That's right.
Was it Michael Chiklis or whatever his
It's
name
Michael
is?
Chiklis in the movie. Yeah. But was there? I wonder if there was ever a lawsuit back in the day of you're ripping off the Hulk with the Thing. You know?
See, I don't know. And again, Mark, this is why I don't like talking about this kind of thing because I don't know enough about it. I could be totally wrong about anything I say. I mean, you know what I was about to say? Weren't they by the same company? The Hulk and the Thing, but some person will be like, "No, asshole! One of them's DC and one of them's Marvel Comics. All right,
All right.
all right." And you know what I have to say to them?
Aren't they the same
Fuck
thing?
you. I know it should be the same thing.
Okay, to move to more entertainment news.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. That's not interested at all in that.
Well, this is also huge. Just today, I think it aired yesterday. Miley Cyrus's VMA Music Award, and I have two things about this that frustrate me. And I don't know if people have seen it. I'm sure people have heard about it because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. First thing is, why are we still so surprised about scantily clad,
Who was?
child stars coming out in the VMAs and doing crazy things on stage? It's been happening for 10 years.
You know what I'd like to say just real quick? What's that whore's name that was all over the internet like 3 weeks ago? She
doing
was
what?
in the Mickey Mouse Club or something, and now she's a blonde-haired whore throwing bongs out the window.
Oh, Amanda Bynes.
Hey, yeah, I almost didn't want you to say her name because I haven't heard it in so long. It's made me really happy. I mean, did she die or something? Which would be fine.
I don't know. I think her grandma got like conservatorship or whatever it is where she can make decisions for her.
Thank God, because she's going to go the way of the dodo pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully they send her away.
But the only reason I brought it up is because I'm super happy that I haven't heard her name or saw her face with her hair going every which direction like Courtney Love for like 3 weeks.
But it's like, is this a new phenomenon?
No.
Like, how come we're so surprised every time this happens? This happens all the time. Britney Spears, same way.
Yeah, I remember when she had her meltdown and shaved her head and
Yeah.
then tried to maybe say she had rabies or something. And like, no, you're stupid. That's what it is.
Like, this is all old stuff, and we're all still surprised. The only thing I'm pissed about Miley Cyrus is Hannah Montana, stick your tongue back in your mouth. No one wants to see it. What the hell was that?
I don't know, dude. I tried to watch it outside and like, I don't have that kind of TV in my room, so I didn't see any of it, but I heard people talking about I listen to talk radio when I'm in my car. I listen to 850 KOA on the way to work to hear the news and what's been going on in Syria or whatever, which I couldn't care less about. And then I listen to 1300 on the way home because they kind of joke about things. But yeah, they were talking about it, and I'm glad you brought it up while we were outside. So I watched it. It was like a 6-minute, 28-second long video, and I watched, I don't know, almost 3 minutes of it. I don't understand.
You know what was worse? I mean, the performance itself was terrible. What was worse is they would like go to the crowd and show celebrities' reaction,
And they're just sitting there.
Well, I think they were kind of down with it.
Really? I didn't see that, but like I said, I only watched about half of it, so I don't know.
Embarrassing.
She's
but-
really interested in rubbing her own vagina. That's one thing I did notice about the video. And a funny thing that I hope I'm not stepping on your news or anything or stealing your thunder, but you understand, by the way, the Rockies are up 3-0 at the end of the third
25
against San
cents.
Francisco.
They.
I bet
win.
you a quarter they lose.
Okay.
Okay, you got action. The funniest thing about it is that like there's some group or some association that it's like the parents, some kind of thing of like trying to protect children from seeing sex on TV.
Yeah.
Her daddy's one of the main people that are in that group.
Really?
Yeah, Tim McGraw. No, not Tim McGraw. Jesus. Can we start over? No, what's his name? Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus, yeah.
Is one of the like main people.
No.
Oh, now, yeah. Can we just start over? Because believe me, listeners, we've already started over 7 times tonight. It's midnight right now, and we started doing this at 6:30 when we had a gut full of chicken. I'm just kidding, but yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus is like one of the heads of that association, Parents Against Kids Seeing Crazy Shit on TV. And I mean, yeah, I don't know when that whole shaking her finger at the crowd and sticking her tongue out, wearing that bizarre onesie that she was wearing, like.
Yeah, I mean, I have a theory about the VMAs, which I don't watch any of the award shows.
I'd like to know why it's on MTV, because MTV don't play videos anymore.
That's true. But, I mean, every year there's some kind of scandalous thing that happens. Mm-hmm. Like there was the guy who came down from the roof, the guy who played Bull Rat. I forget his name.
Oh, yeah. Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Don't ever forget his name again.
And he came down with like a thong, and everyone... like on like Eminem, and Eminem got pissed, and him and Dr. Dre left or something. There's always some scandalous thing.
You want to name a few more of them? Because I can. There was the Madonna and Britney Spears kiss.
Yeah.
There was the Howard Stern playing Fart Man, where he came down in the assless chaps and was going all crazy.
See that one, no. But
dude, I mean, that whole thing is just a freak show.
No, it's not. It's all produced, I feel like. They want some sort of... because no one watches it anymore. They want some sort of weird... Oh, there was the Kanye West. Hold on. Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Beyonce's video was definitely the best. I'm going to let you finish. I'm sure they make it so that stuff happens. So that people will watch, or they'll make, E-News or Extra or whatever. And they have one, because we're talking about it now, which pisses me off.
I've stopped being able to differentiate between people I hate and people I don't hate recently, and now I just hate everyone.
Well,
equally.
That brings me to someone I hate, someone I saw who I hate.
Oh.
And I'm going to ask you this question. Drugged out or entitled? And let me tell you the story.
Go on.
I'm just driving down Prospect.
This is a real person, not a celebrity?
No, yeah, this is a real person.
Sweet.
I'm driving down Prospect. There's a girl on her bike.
Bicycle?
Yeah, bicycle. Mm-hmm. And she's not a professional bicyclist. She's got like a cruiser bike. Prospect doesn't have a bike lane. So she's just in the right lane, riding. And I have nothing against bicyclists. I myself am a bicyclist. She's in the right lane riding, holding up all traffic, just paying zero attention to and it was a heavy traffic time. I mean, everyone's slowing down to get around her, and she's causing a huge ruckus. There's a sidewalk right next to where, like, literally 6 inches from where she's riding. She won't get on that, even though cars are stopping behind her and have to merge over. That was her first violation. Second violation is I get to the light on Prospect in College, which is a huge intersection.
Where I hit a pedestrian one time. Go on.
Yeah. She crosses Prospect, and so now she's on.
That was awesome.
Now she's on the corner of College and Prospect, but she's like 3 foot into the right turn lane, like waiting for College light to turn red so she can go across.
Going west?
Going west.
So she's sitting right in front of Taco Bell.
Well, no, on the other side, but she's on the north side of Prospect now. She's literally sitting 3 foot on her bike in the road in a huge intersection. And of course, first guy who comes to turn right onto Prospect sees her. He was a nice guy, so he just made a super wide turn, turned around her, and went on went on Prospect. Second guy I noticed, here comes a white work van, like a painter's van, and the painter's van. I'm like, I know that dude. I don't know the dude, but I know what kind of dude is in that white painter's work van. He stopped, and I was like, oh, shit's about to go down. He throws both his hands up.
Did he lay on the horn?
He didn't lay on the horn. He just, because she was right in front of him. Like, they could have a face-to-face conversation because she was that far into the right turn lane. And he throws his hands up, both his hands in the air. She throws her hand up and does the motion like, go around me. And I was like, what the hell? So the dude is pissed. He finally goes around her. She flips him off for not running into her because she's in the fucking road.
I hate her.
I don't understand who this person is.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. Before I answer your question, drugged out or entitled? Was she hot? Was she fit at least?
She wasn't fit. She wasn't big by any means, but she wasn't supermodel hot, hot and titled.
So she's obviously not from around here. Second question. What was she wearing?
Jean shorts.
Daisy Dukes or halfway down the thigh?
They were pretty short.
Okay. Wife beater?
No, some kind of top that was fairly presentable.
Could you see one or both of her bra straps?
No. It was like a full top, a little shorter short sleeve top, if I remember right.
Is there a third option? Drugged out, entitled,
I hope so.
Retarded.
Well, yeah.
Because that's what it sounds like.
I mean, she wasn't... a physician would probably not diagnose her as being mentally challenged. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean...
Maybe she had up syndrome. I don't know, dude, but it sounds like she needs to get hit by a car to realize how much it hurts.
And, I mean, this is around the time when all the students are coming back. Maybe she was a new student and just didn't... But
from San Diego or something where...
But who are these people that think...
Who are these people?
I mean, they think, I'm on my bike, zero protection. I'm going to stand in the road. I'd be scared that one of these 2-ton metal boxes might crash into me.
Or I might be there because I hit a pedestrian at that corner one time. I'll tell you the story maybe if we have time tonight. Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just another thing that pisses me off about people.
I have to say entitled.
Yeah, it must be.
Because there wasn't any type of...
She's probably from Baltimore or something where she has an attitude. She's not used to... She's just used to doing whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
And everyone else be damned because that's how... In some places you have to live like that.
Well, I'm saying drugged out. If you were on drugs and you were standing out there and someone threw up their arms, you would say, oh, crap. I'm a little bit messed up.
I would hit the fucking gas and I would run her down.
Oh no, I'm saying if the biker was on drugs, you would notice that there's a car there and say, "Oh boy, I'm kind of out in the intersection. I'm gonna back up because I'm a little bit out of it," But no, it was a perfectly good stare of "Go around me. I know I'm in your way, but you can go around me."
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That
disgusting.
People like that just to no end does it ever irritate me.
The bane of your existence.
Mm-hmm. To absolutely no end. I guess I was going to talk a little bit of shit about Raj getting high and cutting his hair, but I guess it looks all right. If he'd take that outside, that'd be awesome.
He did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it looks good. All the way outside would be great. Go on, dude. Go fuck up someone else's podcast with your bong.
I mean, to the listeners.
Go on!
You're telling listeners to go away. Just say.
That's why I hate him so much. Yeah, what was I? Well, I mean, do you got something else?
I got one more thing. It doesn't really. I guess it kind of goes into news.
You're gonna have to remind me too of what I just said that I was gonna talk about.
Oh, the bike story.
Oh no,
Hitting the
someone.
person?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Do you want to tell that? Because it,
Well, yeah, I can, and
it actually goes in more with this story than the
Yeah,
story that I'm
cool.
going to tell.
So this was a while back. I don't know how long. I know I worked where I work now. So I got a Raj took the lighter. I got a DUI like 10 years ago, and I moved to Kansas for, I don't know, a few years to where I had taken care of, all my troubles, got my SR22 insurance and had it for the right amount of time. Everything was good. I had a valid driver's license and everything. But when I came back to Colorado, like 3 years ago, I didn't know for about a year and a half or more that I hadn't paid to have my license reinstated in this state. Mm-hmm. So I drove for a long time still under revocation because I hadn't gotten my license reinstated yet.
In Colorado.
And I found out about that, so I immediately sent the money to Denver. They sent me back a thing, yeah, you're good to go. So I was living in Greeley at the time, and I lived right up the street from the DMV. What are the chances that Raj brings that lighter back?
Fat chance. Or slim. Slim.
Raj!
Slim to fat.
Make sure you bring that lighter back.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. So anyway, I lived in Greeley, and I lived right up the street from the DMV. It was the most perfect thing ever when it comes to that situation. So I went to the DMV. I gave them my paperwork and everything. I took the written test, but I had to schedule a driving test. And then when I passed the driving test, then I have my license. So I had done everything.
Continue.
I took the written test, everything, and I had a driving test scheduled on a Monday. Mm-hmm. Well, I was playing in the band at the time, and we were playing a show at Hodie's Half Note on like Friday. So I get off work. I've already got all my crap in the car. Well, no, they have our gear in the van. We loaded it up the night before. So I'm driving from work, and this was back when I used to take I-25 from work to Fort Collins. But I lived in Greeley. Is this story turning all pear-shaped? Anyway,
I mean, a little bit too much.
I'm sorry.
Backstory.
Yeah. Let me just reiterate. I live in Greeley at the time, but I'm coming to Fort Collins to play this show.
Right.
At Hodie's Half Note. Mm-hmm. So I'm coming in on Prospect. Now, I have an appointment set for Monday to take my driving test, and once I do that, I'm golden.
Which the driving test is bullshit after you're like past the year of 18.
Right, and I've been driving the whole time anyway. So I come in on Prospect, and I'm going to take a right onto College to go down to Hodie's. Uh-huh. So it's really busy. It's like 5 o'clock. This was before I was getting off at 4:30 and getting home at a decent hour. So it's busy as hell, and I'm watching traffic coming from my left, looking for a spot where I can take a right onto College. And I'm like, there's a spot. Here we go. Hit the gas, look to the right, dunk. Hit a guy with my car that was crossing the street with a bag full of Taco Bell.
Was he walking? He was on foot.
2 days before,
He had Taco Bell on his person.
Yeah, because the Taco Bell's right there.
Yeah.
2 days before, I'm going to be completely legit. And he's rolling around on the ground like I just ran him over with a steam car. You know what I mean? Like, he's hurt. And dude, if I hit him that hard with my car, and I just kicked Mark in the leg with my foot, if I hit him that hard with the car, I'd be surprised.
It's probably all, it's just surprise, right? Like,
no, dude, he was an asshole is what it was.
You think?
And he thought, yes, if you had seen him.
I think if you kind of get struck by a car,
If you knew what I gave him to walk away from the whole incident,
Oh.
then you'd know what kind of asshole he was. It involved $40 and some other shit I'm not going to talk about.
I'll give you $40. Go buy your Taco Bell again.
No, he took his Taco Bell with him.
Oh, okay.
But the messed up part was, and this took a while. He's like got his phone in his hand, like he's wanting to call. He wants me to think that he's going to call 911. Meanwhile, I have my phone in my hand, and I'm going to. I just hit a pedestrian with my car.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. And I'm like, dude, yeah, do whatever you need to do, man. I'm sorry. I was just trying to get out into traffic, and I should have looked right before I turned right. And he's just like tossing his phone up in the air, like,
Yeah.
in his mind, he's like, let me see what I can get out of this.
Right.
And
Well-
immediately when I realized that,
Well, see, that's how you know a good person from a bad person. Like, you stopping and being like, oh, sorry, what do we need to do? What's going on? It's almost, I hate to bring the degradation of society down again,
Oh,
but it's like
it just comes natural sometimes, dude.
the good dude standing out, okay, what do we need to do? Are you all right? And then immediately in his mind, it's, okay, I got something here. Mm-hmm. What can I get? Where can I go from here? I can say I'm fine because I'm fine, or I can make a stink about this.
But he didn't want to make too big a stink because he didn't want the cops to come. That was, I could tell.
Yeah.
And I had about $600 in my pocket because I had just gotten paid that day. And I offered him $40. And he was more than happy to stroll on his way. So I'm in the parking lot at Taco Bell. He does finally cross the street without getting struck by an automobile. And he's on his merry way. And I'm hearing
Someone else had
someone
called the
else
cops.
in the traffic had called the cops. And I got out of there as quick as I could. I was shaking like a leaf. And any other time I'd be like, well, I hit a guy with my car. All right,
Yeah.
good. But I didn't have a driver's license. And if it had been another situation where I just don't have a driver's license and I hit a pedestrian, well, I'll
That's on
suffer
me.
the consequences of that. It's a big deal, but it's not that bad. The dude was already gone. The fire truck someone would have had to chase him down to even find out what happened. But I didn't have a driver's license.
Yeah. And it wasn't that you just didn't have a driver's license. It was
I
you
was
were so close.
Yes. Yeah. So, I just took off, and I didn't even feel like I was leaving the scene of an accident. He knew what had happened. We had made an agreement, and he was on his way. He
Yeah.
wasn't hurt. It's not like he drug his leg, like his right foot down the street as he was leaving with my $40.
He nursed his compound fracture.
Yeah, all
flying
of a
across the
sudden
street.
he was just fine.
Yeah, $40 will take care of my bruise.
Yeah, it didn't even give him a bruise. If he got a bruise, it was because he chucked a dummy and just threw himself on the ground like he was dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not cool. And I was so shaken. Like, I very rarely drink in public anymore. Not for the past few years. I just don't like drinking in bars anymore. I went and parked behind Hodie's Half Note. Didn't even wait for my bandmates. I went straight across the street to Surfside. And I don't know how many PBRs I pounded
just had that adrenaline.
Oh, yeah. Because I knew I wasn't going to be driving for a while. I mean, I did still have... No, I think that night, actually, I stayed at Steve's. Steve came to the show, and then we went back over to his house, so I didn't have to drive all the way back to Greeley. But, yeah, I was visibly shaken.
Yeah, when I worked down at the courthouse down in Golden, one of the inmates there, I forget what he had done. Maybe it was like not paying child support, or maybe he was in a DUI accident and then just ran.
Oh.
But I kind of liked this guy, not because he got in that type of trouble. I mean, he's an ass for that. But he knew he was going to get caught. So he just said, well, I'm going to the bar. I'm going to slam as many beers as I can before the cops show up. I know they're going to show up. And I'll go with them.
Yeah.
I'll go with them. but might as well slam a couple
Yeah.
pints before they get here.
I wasn't really doing that. I knew everything was cool. And again, if I felt like that driving away while I could hear the sirens, if I felt like that I was really doing something bad, I would have just stayed. I would have paid the consequences. I mean, it's a big deal, but it's not the end of the world.
No.
Maybe another year without a driver's license or whatever, but I felt like I knew he wasn't hurt. I asked him a million times. He didn't want to call the cops. I didn't want the cops involved. He walked away happy. I walked away shaking like an aspen leaf. And everything was fine. I mean,
Yeah, no harm,
and
no foul.
you know what, dude? Those sirens could have been for something else.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, tell yourself
That's
that.
my story. But yeah, so I almost vehicularly homicided someone with my car and drove away from it. He was fine.
Very nice.
I'll tell you what else I gave him.
It's very rare that someone can say that.
Yeah.
You're part of an elite crew.
Our drummer had left a bunch of weed at my house. Mm-hmm. And so I was bringing it back to him, and he was going to split it between him and Steve because I don't smoke weed. So I gave him almost all of that too. Like, dude, because I tried to act like I only had $40 and it was, a problem to give him that, but I did anyway.
It's for your pain.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I got a little bit of weed too if you want some. And
That's some street justice right there,
yeah, it was not cool. But yeah, I guess those are the hazards of being a rock star.
There you go.
I should have had my driver drive me to Hodie's
Yeah, why?
to open for whoever we were opening for. I can't even remember who was playing that show.
John Mayer.
It might have been our first show ever.
Well, that always sets a damper on
Death
it.
metal bands usually don't open for John Mayer, but you never know, I guess.
Yeah, you never know. At Hodie's. But anyway, I was listening to the radio today, and I don't want this to come off as political by any means. I think it's an interesting conversation.
Oh, I'm sure it won't.
It's about climate change.
Oh, God.
Well, the thing was, they're talking about climate change, and I won't even go into arguments
What
that
were you
were
listening
being
to,
made.
NPR?
It was Progressive Talk. Colorado's Progressive Talk.
Dennis Miller?
No.
Oh.
But anyway, they were talking about climate change, and they were saying, what struck me odd was they were talking about there's a lot of weird weather going on. And I thought about it for a second. I was like, it's last summer was super hot. This summer has been kind of hot, but also rainy in the afternoon. And I was thinking, I don't think I carry that data of weather from year to year. Mm-hmm. It'll come around August and I'll be like, dang, it's hot. But I probably said that last year as well. Or there's a big
Can you see the anger
snowstorm.
growing in my face right now? Are you going to let me talk about this?
Well, I'm just saying, or there was a huge snowstorm. You're like, wow, that's a huge snowstorm. That's completely different than I've ever seen. And then it's like, oh, but maybe I just suppressed. You forget in a place with 4 seasons what the other seasons are.
Exactly.
Because it just changes so much. And I don't know.
I'm just waiting, dude.
Have you thought that weather has been weird recently?
No, not really. I mean, last winter seemed really normal. This summer seems normal. I mean, it's hot in the summertime.
And I'll say, I feel like every time that there's some kind of notable weather, it seems weird to me.
Well, the thing is, if you're ready for me to... Okay,
Please.
Cool. The thing that pisses me off about these climate change people is no matter what happens, they'll blame it on global warming. But they'll never say that in the 70s and early 80s, they're the exact same people that were saying we're headed for another ice age. No matter what the weather anomaly, whether it be hot, whether it be cold, whether it be lots of snow, whether it's no snow, tons of rain, no rain, dry riverbeds, overflowing riverbeds, no matter what it is, it's climate change. Human beings have no power to affect the climate of this planet. There's not enough people covering enough of the earth. You know what affects it more than anything is volcanoes.
Oh.
Dude, the volcanoes, when they erupt, they put so much greenhouse gas into the... But none of them want to say that because there's no money in saying that. It's just like the cure for AIDS. There's no money in a cure for AIDS. There's lots of money in the treatment of AIDS. Who wants to... I want it. You know, I want it cured, obviously, and so do you. But we don't work in the pharmaceutical industry. There's absolutely no money in the cure for AIDS because then there's no more AIDS, no more money. There's no... They don't want to say, well, yeah, it is because of these volcanoes, like in Iceland or whatever. They're spewing greenhouse gases.
It'll shut down all of Europe's airports for like a
I
span
remember
of
when
a
that
week.
happened. I'll give you $20 if you could pronounce the name of that volcano. Don't even try it.
Mount
Oh,
Shanalana Whoopee.
damn it! I didn't. Think
I was trying to think of the mountain from Finding Nemo
onomatopoeia.
when they're in the little.
Mark, I've never seen Finding Nemo,
What?
nor will I ever see
Well,
it.
it's not Nemo. It's Nemo.
That's how much I've seen it. But do you follow what I'm saying? They want to blame. See, these scientists, they get grants to study global warming and climate change and everything. And if they just go, yeah, we figured it out, it's the volcanoes that are causing it all, then the money stops. The money trail, the paper trail ends right there, and there's no more. And now, then they have to go after something else.
But then there's the other side of the argument is that the oil companies pay other scientists to prove the opposite way. I mean, like, my whole thing is...
No, the other ones just know the truth already. It's not like they have to be paid to do this research. They know what it is that's causing these greenhouse gases. It's volcanoes. It's not cars.
Well, see, my whole thing is I don't know anything about this. I frankly don't care anything about it.
Me either. That's why I wish we weren't talking about it.
I just want to know if it's a perception thing. It's a perception difference of the weather is weird.
I'm not saying another word about it. Go on and say whatever you want because I know we don't have many hippies that listen to the show probably, but we need every listener we can get. So,
but just, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I keep that database in my mind, and sometimes I guess other people can. I'm fine with that, but to me, I would rather just not do it. And my final thought is, if we can make clean energy, great. Let's do it. I mean, that seems like it would be better, just
I agree.
logically.
I agree.
Logically.
I'm not against the earth, man. What I'm against is the bullshit of what I was just talking about.
No, there's no reason for stuff like this to be political. It doesn't seem like it should be political. Why the hell?
It's political because of money.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I say, I'm going to sit here.
Good day.
I'm going to drink on my 40 and I'm going to do a podcast with my buddy Brett. And you guys can all argue about that shit.
Yeah.
I could give two fucks.
I could give well less than that, dude. I mean, and I love the earth. You know I do.
Of course.
And I love people. It's the politics of it that irritate me the most.
And no questions will be answered. There's no answers to any questions either, so... Anyway.
I have a question. What are you up to tomorrow night about this time?
Doing the Daily BM.
Sounds good, brother.